Hey guys, thank you for clicking on this if you did. I hope you like it. If you do, please like, subscribe, and comment below. So this is a review for a TV show that was on Cinemax in the early 2010s, 2012. Let's see, does it say the year? Does it say the year? I think it was like 2010, 2012, sometime around then. Anywho, that is for Strike Back. But before I show it, Fancy Bear! Yay! Like I said, this is a review for pretty much a present day military show. British military, but I'll get into that. And that is for Strike Back. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Awesome, awesome, action-packed show that has a lot of good action, really good chemistry between the two main characters of Damien Scott and Michael Stonebridge, played by Sullivan Stapleton and Philip Winchester. And it's about a secret. Let's see. Hold on. Yep. Top secret intelligence agency known as Section 20. Based in the UK. British military. Secret military group. Kind of like Bond and MI6. But much more graphic. But yeah, Michael Stonebridge is the Brit, and then Damien Scott is American, and they explain very easily how he joins the team and the group, and it's pretty much their agency, Section 20, pretty much goes after terrorists, and I do mean terrorists who want to blow things and people up and kill and cause mayhem galore. Like, really, really bad stuff that needs to be stopped. And Stapleton and Winchester have fantastic chemistry. They're fun, they're funny, they get the job done, and they have a good time doing it. And it's a fun ride. But you should definitely know this was on Cinemax, which is like a subgroup of HBO. And this was during the time of like the early 2010s, where they had shows like this and True Blood and another show called Banshee that was also on Cinemax. It was the time of like the late 2000s, early 2010s, when they had these shows, and there's a lot of, especially in this and the others I mentioned, but it was at that time when they, on these, they're pretty much adult channels. So this show is rated TVMA, which, if you don't know, is the R version of TV. And this is a strong R TVMA. They don't hold back on anything. Not on the violence / blood and gore. Not on the sex / nudity. If you can't handle that, don't watch this. If you don't like watching that in movies and TV shows, don't watch this. If you can get through that, I say definitely check this out because it's a really, really, really good, fun, action-packed show. And it's good storylines, and it's a fun ride. If you don't mind all that stuff that I mentioned just now, watch this. You'll enjoy the heck out of it. This Stonebridge and Scott years was on for 4 seasons. They had one prior season, but it's technically when they made it, it was called something else. It was called like CB Strike Back. I think this is based off like a book or something, but I'm not 100% on that. But the other one, the first official release of this was just British. Like, I don't even think they released it in the US, unlike this, when they released it on Cinemax, which was US based. So the first official season, before it was US released, was like, it was called like CB Strike Back or something like that. Not as long, not as many episodes. Each of these seasons are like 10 episodes. The CB Strike Back is like maybe 6 or 8, or maybe 4 like really long, like hour and a half episodes. I don't know. I haven't rewatched that in a while, so I don't remember. But that was just British released until this got really popular, and then they released that season, calling it Strike Back Origins. That season actually stars Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. And I know the other actor, I just can't think of his name, but I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Most notably, I remember seeing him in the BBC show from the early, like mid 2000s. I think it was like 2005, 2006, Robin Hood. It's also a really good show. But, so there's that. The Stonebridge and Scott era lasted 4 seasons. They went off the air for like 3 or 4 years. I forget how many. And then they came back kind of with a sequel series with a new group, pretty much. New group of characters. And then that era ran for 3 seasons. After watching some stuff, I did recognize some of the actors. One of the actors who shows up, I think, in the 2nd season is Jamie Barber. I think that's how you say his name. I think I'm thinking of the right actor. Well, I know who I'm thinking of. He was in a couple things, but most notably, he was in Battlestar Galactica. He played the son, Andromeda's son, or whoever the main commander dudes is. I can't think of the. I think the actor's name is Jamie Barber. Oh yeah. Surprisingly, this is not streaming anywhere. I don't know why. It is not streaming anywhere. I couldn't find it. Maybe it is in the UK. I don't know, but US wise, it is not streaming anywhere. It is out all 7 seasons. Actually, 8 if you want to include Strike Back Origins or CB Strike Back, however you find it. The complete collection, all of it, the original with Andrew Lincoln, this the Scott Stonebridge era, and then the 3-season sequel era. They're all out on physical media, Blu-ray and DVD. I say check it out. It's a really, really good show. But it is a strong TVMA, so be on the lookout for that. In the comments, let me know. Did you watch this? Did you watch the sequel series? Did you watch the 1st season with Andrew Lincoln? Which, if you watched any of them or watched all of them, which era is your favorite? I go with Scott and Stonebridge era. I love rewatching those seasons. The 3-season sequel era, it's fun as well. Don't get me wrong. I have no issues with it. I've rewatched those and still enjoyed the heck out of them. But I just really like the chemistry between Stapleton and Winchester. I think they had a really fun time and they enjoyed the heck out of it. And it's a fun ride. I say check it out. That's all I got. Look forward to my next review. Also, if you watched my previous review of Blue Bloods, I forgot to say, the complete series is out on DVD. It is also available to stream on completely free on if you have the subscription on Amazon Video / Prime and Paramount Plus. I think it's also on Pluto TV. That one is actually completely free. You don't need any subscription for that. And then it is available to rent by streaming wise on Fandango and Apple TV. There we go. And that's for Blue Bloods. I just forgot to mention that in that review. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night and look forward to my next review, which I will be recording right after this. Peace.